everyone, today I want to talk to you about my summer organization list. Admittedly, I am much more of a summer organizer than a spring cleaning person. The reason is because once summer comes, I don't know if this is a Florida thing or a Central Florida thing, but it feels like Halloween and fall starts August 1st. Even though the weather does not match that, maybe we're all just like a little bit delusional, so we need something to keep us motivated that the weather is eventually going to change and get nicer. So I put pumpkins out and do all my fall decorating in August, and then they're up September, October, and then at the end of October I put the trees up so that we can have them through early January, and it just feels like once we hit August, I start decorating, and the second half of the year always feels crazier and more busy than the first half of the year. So my daughter just got out of school. It is summer break officially. It is June, and I'm like, I need to sit down and organize some things. So I'm going to tell you the summer to-do list that I have been working on. This is different than my bucket list. My bucket list is the fun stuff. This is my action steps to-do list to get my home and space organized so that I feel like I can relax for the summer and I can enjoy the fall because it will be here truly before we know it. Okay, I'm gonna show you what my to-do list looks like, but I'm gonna talk about these a little bit out of order. Okay, so if you have kids, you know, at the end of the school year, it is like a train. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. There's so much stuff that comes home. All of the artworks, the projects, all the different teachers are sending stuff home. Every single day for 2 weeks, it felt like the backpack was overflowing and we had so much stuff everywhere. So the first thing that I did is I took the backpack, the lunchbox, and all of this stuff and I sorted it. The backpack and the lunchbox went in the trash. I have a love-hate relationship with this. The understanding part of myself is like, this backpack and lunchbox does not owe us 1 cent. It is falling apart by the end of the year. It really hung in there, but it just gets so gross. I mean, it went to school every day for 180 days. The other part of me is like, you should get something that's more sustainable, but is there an option for really little kids that are 6, 7, and 8 that take a backpack every day and it's something you can use year over year? I mean, I remember as kids, we had LL Bean backpacks and JanSport, and they seemed to hold up for a while, but I'm also like, I guess those were washable. I don't know. So if you have any ideas, let me know. But this year I was like, thank you very much. You owe us not 1 penny, and the backpack and the lunchbox went in the trash. So check. That is done. We will get a new one for the new school year. Now, the next thing that I did is I took all of the work. Now, there are things that just had to go in the trash. Sometimes it was a sheet of paper with a scribble on it, but then there were things that I wanted to keep. Art projects, little journal, stories, her composition book where she wrote sentences. And what we did is we made a bin in the garage, and it's just for her stuff. So all of her preschool stuff, all of her kindergarten stuff. We're trying to be selective about what goes out there, or else this is just going to be total chaos. That is later in elementary school, like what is the long-term plan for this? But for right now, kindergarten and preschool, we just put all of this stuff. So step 1, got rid of the backpack and the lunchbox. Step 2, we sorted through all the stuff, threw out what we didn't want, and we put the rest of it into the bin. And then the last thing we did is we cleaned out the drop zone area. Now, one thing I'm focusing on right now is really appreciating my house. I love my house. It's a beautiful house, but literally I can't show you right now, but I'm literally in my kitchen. This is my island, and my couch is like 8 feet over that way. That's my whole living room. And then my kitchen table's over there. I do not have a big house. And when I say drop zone area, I'm going to show you, I don't have a real drop zone. It is a corner of my laundry room where it is a 2-cube shelf, and that is where the backpack and the lunchbox sit. There's a little raincoat that hangs up there, some hats, and then the bins hold our pool stuff for the summer, some mittens, some gloves, some miscellaneous backpacks, like little things that we take if we're going to a restaurant or whatever. But that's it. We don't have a fancy, beautiful, like you see on Pinterest and Instagram, drop zone, but it still is our drop area. And because we only have 1 kid and there's only 1 backpack, we don't need anything else. We see so many things that we have internalized as true. Like I heard that recently on a podcast, I think, where they ask, what have we internalized as true that isn't necessarily? The example somebody gave is like wearing a different dress to every single event that you go to. And I'm like, right, like if I had a bunch of kids and they all played sports, and maybe we would need more space, but that is not the case. And this 2-cube shelf works for me. So what I'm trying to do is be appreciative of what I have, because I really don't need more than this. And with that space, instead of letting it get all junked up and all of that, sorting through it, making sure it's organized, dusting, because for whatever reason, the laundry room just gets crazy, even though it's not that big, I guess because of all the lint, and making it so, even though it is not a fancy space, it is as functional and organized as possible. Okay, the last area for the schools out for summer section is our little shelf in the pantry. So this right here, this little door right here is my pantry. It's a pretty big pantry. And again, that is something that I just deep cleaned because it was driving me crazy. Now, does it look aesthetic with like the wood shelves and everything being super perfect? No, but my food is organized, nothing is expired. I can find anything in there and I am so happy with it. So we also have an art cart, and that art cart has a little shelf on top with summertime workbooks and notebooks and pencils and things like that. And while we're not the people who are super like structured, we need to do this much work, we need to read this many pages, we do still want to do some things over the summer to make sure we're still practicing handwriting and all of that. So I went through, I sorted through all of the extra papers, the workbooks, the miscellaneous junk. So this section is now organized. We just have 1 or 2 notebooks on top, one of those workbooks, and then everything else is just kind of like arts and crafts, journals, things like that. But this section now for when we do a couple little activities over the summer is organized as well. Okay, next up on my list is an area that has needed attention for a while, and that is my shelves. So I used to have pictures on my shelves, and they were not good quality frames or good quality pictures, and so they all kind of like got stuck together, and I got rid of them, and I just have had blank shelves forever. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Go and put new decorations, get some stuff. Don't overdo it, but get a few picture frames and put it up. And I also really gave myself permission to say, done is better than perfect, because I was just feeling like it had to be the exact aesthetic. And I'm like, if you get picture frames that don't match, like great, who cares? You can get picture frames of the same, general color pattern or whatever. You can put a couple different plants. I love little statues of birds. I got 2 birds, and I'm like, I'm gonna call it a day. So I did this because it had been blank. It took me 2 weeks to figure out how I wanted to arrange it and sort it and all of that. And now that it's done, it makes my living room, my very tiny but beautiful living room, feel so happy and so put together. And that will stay up through the fall, and then I take it all down and I put up a bunch of holiday decorations, and then it'll go back up in January. So that has been on my to-do list for embarrassingly like 2 years, and I am so glad it's done. So I did that, and it just feels like a weight is taken off, and it makes being downstairs, because like I said, everything is all open, it makes it feel so much nicer and so much more put together. And it really taught me that things do not have to be just so exact, perfect, copied right from Pinterest to make it feel very homey and nice. Next up, that same area that I was just talking about a moment ago, I wanted to organize my summer toys. Now, I am not a person who's like, this house should look like no kid lives here, but if we have 8 cubes that have 7 dedicated to her toys, there is no reason that we needed, all of Shiz University and Ariel's Grotto spread all over the floor. I'm like, we can fit these in there. So we took the time. My sister came over and helped, that is such a tip. Can I tell you that is such a cleaning tip, is exchanging time with a person, being like, if you help me with this, I will help you with that. So she helped me with this, and now I'm over at her house doing a few things right now. And the reason why this is a really good tip, if you can get somebody to do this exchange, is because you can drown in your own junk and your piles, and you start going through stuff, and you go down memory lane, and you need someone to be like, hey, snap out of it. Nope, put it away. We'll look at it later. We're moving on. Do you want this? Let's donate this. Let's throw that away. It also helps if you have a kid nearby, because if you go to donate like 1 plastic bead, their like head snaps up. I swear they can sense it from another room that you're gonna throw away 1 plastic bead that's a treasure, and they come running. So you need to be strategic. So that is a tip. If you have somebody you can clean with and you can exchange, they can help you and keep you on track. So she was an amazing help. So she helped me sort through the toys, and that was incredible, because now everything has a place. Some of the baby dolls and the little crib is on the other side of the cube, but it's more out of sight. And so having all of the toys downstairs that she's going to be playing with all summer long is so convenient that they're all here. But the fact that they all have a place just makes the area, once again, feel so much nicer. So between the cubes being organized and the shelves being done, I love my little living room. Next on the list is a few areas that are quick wins. Okay, so do you see these 3 drawers behind me? Okay, this drawer is mine. This one right here is miscellaneous, and that one is my husband's. We're not gonna talk about his drawer. He's a very organized person, but I'm gonna let him do that. So I went through my drawer and this middle drawer, and I was like, can I do this in 10 minutes? And guess what? I could. I do not know why I swear, I think 18 pairs of sunglasses. and I wear 3 of them. So going through there, finding old receipts, papers, things that we don't need, things from 5 years ago, coupons that are expired, so much junk. I just went in there real quick. I took everything out. I threw away what I needed to throw away and I put everything back, and it was so nice to have it. I mean, it's not perfect, but it is so much better. The drawers open a lot easier now. And I don't know, again, it was a quick win, and I always love a cleaning project, a little micro project that's a quick win, because you kind of get on a roll. You're like, well, if I could do that in 10 minutes, what else can I do? So I definitely recommend that. And then this drawer, and then there's 2 others in the kitchen. We're gonna work on them later, but quick win projects are the best. Last downstairs area is this island that you see here. So I'm sitting on a bar stool right here, and there are 3 more over there. There's 4 total. So it's a pretty big island. It is the center of our downstairs. I love it. I really love it. I have here, I should have put this over here before I started this video. I got $4 flowers at Publix today. I don't know. I like having a beautiful, clean island. Says somebody that never has a beautiful, clean island. Once again, this stuff just gets so cluttered. I'm looking at it right now, and I've cleaned it, and then it got messy again today, but I am gonna clean it. But we've got, I mean, keys, wallet, mail, more mail, piles, stuff that came home from summer camp. It really kind of becomes a drop zone, but I have found that once it's clean, it's easier to maintain and keep clean. So the goal for the summer is to clean this off every single night so that when I come downstairs in the morning, I have my shelves, the toys are put away, everything on the island is gone, and once again, you just feel like, I wish that I were like this year round, but there is something about the upcoming fall, which feels like a ridiculous thing to say in June, that really motivates me to get my life in order, especially when you're not in the school routine every day and things are calm and you sort of feel like you have time. So that is an area of my house that if I can keep it clean and organized, that feels great. Which brings me to my next point, is the take out the trash and do all of the donations, the recycling, the returns. When I was decorating my shelves, I ordered a couple of things, a couple items didn't work out, and they've just been sitting here. But cleaning up and saying to a neighbor, hey, do you want these crafts? Great, get them out of the house. Hey, I bought these decorations, they're not gonna work out, let me go run them to UPS to return them. Great, it feels so good to get rid of stuff. And sometimes you just have to schedule yourself an hour, or be like, you know what, it's after dinner, you stay home, I'm running up the street, I'm doing the returns, I'm taking the trash out, I'm getting a trash bag, whatever it is, it just feels so good. So returns are done. I do have 1 trash bag to go to Goodwill, so all of the donations are in that pile, but that is next on the list, just getting stuff out of the house. Bonus points if you can give yourself 20 minutes to go through a drawer that's overflowing where there's t-shirts to donate, or, you know, old dresses that don't fit anymore, or whatever, for yourself, for your kids, you know, whatever the case is. It is so nice if you know you're gonna make a donation run to be like, well, what else can I grab from the house? And once again, I feel like productivity begets more productivity, and you just sort of get rolling. So we're halfway through that one. And then the last item on my list is to make a project plan for whatever, when you look around, you see that you're like, that still is kind of on my nerves. So I have been working on this list all week. I've made a lot of good progress. We're not done, but really a lot of good progress. But what is still on my nerves is my back patio area. We need to finish laying mulch. There's some weeds. We've put a lot of work and effort in, but it's not necessarily done yet. I think I want to get a small patio set. I can't decide if I'm being crazy because, you know, it's going to be 150 degrees for the next 6 months, and then we're going into hurricane season. So if we have a bad hurricane season, do I have room for the patio furniture in the garage? Am I going to use it? Blah, blah, blah. But I can make a plan and I can make a decision about it. So those are my summer organization tips. I am a huge fan of micro projects, a project that is a drawer, a shelf, a small area of your house that is not going to take you all day. It takes sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 20, sometimes an hour, usually no more. And when you're done, you often ask yourself the question, why did I wait so long to do this? Because just having this done, just having dealt with this, I feel such a weight lifted. This space feels so much better, especially if you work from home, especially if you are a stay-at-home parent, or, you know, you work remotely, whatever the case is. If you're always in your home, it is so nice to have the space tidy and organized because you're always there looking at it. So This is my summer organization list. Of course, everybody has their own version, but I did want to share mine. And if you watch this and you have anything that you're like, I organized this over the summer, it was the perfect time to deal with it, or oh, you know what, you did this, I recommend doing that. Maybe like a freezer clean out, a fridge clean out, I don't know. But whatever you did, if you have any ideas, I would love to hear them because maybe that is something that I want to add to my list too. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.